There's a huge gap in voluntary blood donation, which has led to shortages in meeting the country's blood needs, with attendant negative outcomes and serious consequences as patients in critical need, mothers with postpartum hemorrhage, accident victims, children with severe anemia, not receive timely transfusions. This is according to the Director General of the National Blood Service Agency, Sale Yuguda.
Access to safe blood is therefore a key component for an effective healthcare system and a sustainable building block for achievement of health-related sustainable development goals. Yet, the reality is sobering in Nigeria. Nigeria faces shortage of blood supply.
Sale reveals that Nigeria needs between 2 million to 2.2 million units of blood every year to meet its demands.
Unfortunately, we collect less than half of that amount. The result, lives are always being lost, not because treatment is not available, but because blood is not available for them.
Other health experts, while observing the World Donor Day, say available data indicates that less than 500,000 units are collected, representing just 20 to 25% of the national demand.
This blood does not come from government, it comes from us. This blood comes from the communities. This blood comes from our relatives. It is now the right time for us to encourage each other to make sure that we actually save lives as a country, as a community.
Research has shown that less than 30% of the approximately 2 million units of required blood in our hospitals are provided, and only 10% of this comes from much needed voluntary, non-remunerated donors.
To solve this issue, the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, represented by the wife of the Vice President, called for concerted efforts and enlightenment across the country to encourage blood donation.
I commend the Federal Ministry of Health, the National Blood Service Commission, our health workers, and numerous civil service groups who work tirelessly to promote blood donation across our nation. You are truly the unsung heroes of this endeavor. Happy World Blood Donor Day, and let us all go and donate to save lives.
The gaps in poor blood donation in Nigeria contributes to poor health outcomes and loss of lives across facilities. As such, very urgent action is needed. Olije Wapera, Arise News.
Ayobami Bakare, Program Manager, Haima Health Initiative on World Blood Donors Day. He joins us in the studio for more on this particular important topic. Glad to have you join us, Ayobami.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with the issue of these gaps. What is the reason? I mean, that's one. What is your NGO doing about this? And what should the government be doing to fill these gaps?
So the reason for these gaps are numerous, but one of the major factor is people's lack of will to donate, and because we come from a society where a lot of certain topics are seen as taboo, and so it really gets to the blood aspect also, because people don't want to touch blood. There are some religious conversation around blood, so if people find it reluctant, but this reluctance only lasts as far as when they themselves now need the blood. And you tell them, somebody needs blood, then you start getting calls like, blood has to be donated. I cannot, there's only a limited number of times I can donate in a year, so I can't donate every blood required. So you have to donate blood. Everybody involved, every adult male, adult individuals in the country should donate blood as a fact, because for every male, you can donate once in 3 months. Every female, you can donate once in 4 months. LD adults in this case. So that gap can't be filled. It's not something we can manufacture. You need to donate it. And on the issue, on the government, as we need, I think the National Blood Service Agencies needs a bit more of, empowerment. They need more resources, because at the end of the day, if you collect 2.2 million units of blood, do we have the mechanisms to store this blood? So that, because in this less than 30% we collect, a lot still goes to wastage. Because, take for example, there is blood in Hospital A. hospital B requires that same particular amount of blood, but there's no mechanism for them to know that, oh, this available unit, this unit you're requiring is at this other blood. So the blood sits there, somebody out there needs it. There's no way to know that, okay, this blood is available, you can just access it from the other way. And the National Blood Service Agency do their best. Like, I can fault them, but there still needs to be more. Like, we need to have like a central national blood database where every unit of blood that comes into the system, somebody somewhere knows how many units of blood is present in Abuja. If Abuja is having an overflow, can we move it to Benue State? If Benue is having an overflow, can we move it to Lagos State? So that this blood don't go to waste at the end of the day, because it is hard to get people to donate blood. Then the little that has been donated should not go to wastage at the end of the day.
So you've raised quite some issues, and someone listening out there is wondering. So are you saying that as we sit here, we don't have a center that collates all the blood donated across all the states because of the issue of wastage?
So
we don't have that?
We have a National Blood Service Agency, but at this point, they don't have the power to do, not the power, they don't have the, will I say, the equipment to do a national scale, national blood donor data, national, blood database at this point, like, okay, how many units?
So we don't have a blood database?
Yeah, no, currently no.
What should be done to, because I did ask you, what should government be doing to fill these gaps?
So I feel like one of the first things we need to start for is the national blood database, where every unit of blood that comes into the system, as it's in other society, it is known. So if we have this amount of B positive, this amount of O negative, this amount of A negative, where are they located at? Which hospitals have this in stock? Which blood banks have this in stock? So we know where all these bloods are going. Who is accessing this units? So we have like semblance of this, but it's on a state-by-state basis. So everybody manages whatever blood they have, but not a national blood database at this point.
Shouldn't that be taken for granted? I mean, having a data base, shouldn't that be taken for granted? So this is what we and a lot of organizations have been advocating for, like, because we need to know, one, we don't have enough blood. The little we have shouldn't go to waste. So let's also have like a strong, will I say, policy, a strong mandate for every unit of blood that goes into the system. Let it be accounted for. So how much are we, what do we need to do to make, okay, so currently in the country, the blood bags we have can only last for 30 days. That is what is used all over the country. Yeah. But some other places you can get for as much as 60 days. And then another issue is on whole blood transfusion. Not everybody needs whole blood transfusion. For in case of accident and emergency, you can use whole blood transfusion because, oh, that is an emergency, you want to transfuse. But there are other instances where you have, like, a lot of people is there any blood that can fit into any situation, a blood group?
So that would be O negative.
O negative.
O negative, they are termed the universal donor. O negative can donate for every other person.
Is the government or your initiative doing enough in terms, I know the challenge of, we talked about religious and all this, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
But what of awareness? Is there enough awareness for people to understand the need to donate blood?
Yeah, so that is what my organization solely does, advocacy, where we tell people you need to come and donate blood. We have a lot of youth-led activities. So like today we had a blood drive in Lagos where we tell people.
So if someone wants to donate, if someone listening to us now says, this is good, so I want to go donate blood, how does the person go about it?
So depending on your location, for Lagos State, there's the Lagos State Blood Service, Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service, and they have a couple of centers all across Lagos State. The National Blood Service Agency have centers and zones across the country. So for Abuja also, the National Blood Service Agency, and a lot of other organizations are coming up with different blood drives, so you can there are a lot of working centers for donations now.
Right. I just hope that people will get around to donating blood and exceed the challenges. Thank you so much, Ayobami Bakare, Program Manager, Haima Health Initiative on World Blood Donors Day. I can just say, donate your blood. It's very important so we can be healthy and save lives.
Yeah, thank you very much.